Hey, Kristen, just wanted to respond to your post on DeFore's definition of consensus. I definitely agreed with your definition, except for I mainly said the point of all points of view are heard, goodwill is happening, but we have to move on even if we don't have all on board, essentially. So I wanted to touch base with a couple things that you stated in your video. The first thing you talked about was strengthening relationships. That's something that is probably priority number one. And as an assistant principal, it's priority number one that I work on with my teachers, with my students, because that's what's going to get that buy-in from your teachers, from your students, no matter what you are trying to do. Even if they're not fully bought in, but they trust you and your credibility you've built up to where, maybe they're not on board yet, but because of the way you've led and continue to lead, they want to follow. So, just be open to building those relationships first, not changing things right away, because you had mentioned that you were an outsider and you were brought in to help. So, trying to observe as you're going through those changes in order to make consensus amongst all teachers. Teachers are the ones who influence, so you guys starting with a pilot group and can really build that pilot group, then they're going to talk to other teachers and hopefully get the other teachers on board as well. One thing DeFore talked about was the training piece. So you talked about the online, using that for their coursework, and hopefully they'll use it for instruction. So you also mentioned the learn by doing. It's really critical that your teachers have that training, because the online platform is scary for some teachers if they're not technology savvy. So it's really important that they get that training while they're doing instead of before or after. It's always nice to get it when you're in the same line. One of the things DeFore talked about was overcoming obstacles together. So it sounds like you guys may have some obstacles with your video. And I would say this: get everybody on board and herd those obstacles together. Make that jump over those obstacles as a team, develop that team to make sure you guys get the best out of the team and that small group that you're starting with. Really enjoyed hearing about your options that you have. Thank you.